But we just have to understand that when a transformational figure enters the fray, you got to pause and then isolate and compartmentalize and give them the love that they're due. And in this case, it belongs to Caitlin Clark.
There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her.
Caitlin Clark just changed the entire conversation around women's basketball, and the craziest part is she did it before even stepping onto the court for a new season. While most athletes spend the off-season trying to stay relevant, Clark somehow became even bigger. Global awards kept pouring in from every direction, headlines exploded across sports media, and suddenly the WNBA wasn't just a basketball league anymore. It became one of the hottest topics in sports culture. From being named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year to
So it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. It's only 22.
To dominating conversations around business impact, television ratings, jersey sales, and league growth, Caitlin Clark entered a level of stardom that women's basketball has never truly seen before. And whether people love it or hate it, one thing is impossible to deny. She is the center of attention.
What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. The pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I could just hoop. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
And they're like, oh,
I'm still a rookie. I'm still figuring it out. Trying to figure things out.
Everywhere. Analysts are calling her transformational. Former players are debating her impact non-stop. Fans are showing up in record numbers just to watch her warm up. And now the reactions from around the basketball world are becoming just as dramatic as the games themselves. Some celebrate her.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
As the player who finally pushed the WNBA into the mainstream spotlight. Others think the media attention surrounding her has gone too far. But either way, nobody can stop talking about her. That's what makes this story so fascinating. Caitlin Clark isn't just putting up numbers anymore.
Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark, but a member of the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin Clark.
She's changing the business of basketball itself. When people discuss the greatest rookie impacts in sports history, her name is now part of the conversation. Think about how unbelievable that sounds for someone who just entered the league. We're talking about a player who shattered records, transformed television ratings, sold out arenas, boosted merchandise sales, and created non-stop debates every single day online. Every game suddenly felt bigger when Clark was involved. Every road arena turned into a packed house. Every television network wanted a piece of the action. It honestly felt less like a rookie season and more like the arrival of a global sports superstar. And then came the awards. One after another after another. Time Athlete of the Year. Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year. Sports Business Journal Athlete of the Year discussions. Historic endorsement deals. Magazine covers. National interviews. Mainstream attention that stretched far beyond basketball. The spotlight around Clark became impossible to escape. But with massive fame comes massive criticism. And that's where things started getting heated. Because not everybody was thrilled about Caitlin Clark becoming the face of women's basketball. Some fans believed the media focused too much on her while ignoring other stars who had spent years building the league. Others questioned whether the hype surrounding her rookie season was becoming excessive. And then there was
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
Angel Reese. The media immediately framed Clark and Reese as rivals from the moment both entered the WNBA. Their history already existed from college basketball, where Reese and LSU defeated Clark and Iowa in the national championship game. That moment alone became one of the most talked about events in women's sports history. Ever since then, cameras followed every interaction between them. Every stare, every foul, every post-game quote. Sports networks pushed the rivalry non-stop because they knew people would watch. And honestly, they were right. Fans became emotionally invested in every matchup between Clark and Reese. Social media exploded every time they shared the court.
I'm going to look at this the way I did with Michael Jordan. Now, she's not the Michael Jordan of her sport as far as athleticism, playing, dominating. But A'ja Wilson is the best player in the game. Not even a debate. But I'm talking about value now. Value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the number 1 pick. They were the worst team last year. And there is value that I can attach to that.
But as the season went on, many analysts started asking whether this rivalry was truly equal from a basketball perspective. Because while Angel Reese played with toughness, intensity, and relentless energy, Caitlin Clark was doing things nobody had ever seen from a rookie before. Clark wasn't just scoring. She was controlling games with impossible passes, logo threes, deep-range shooting.
I'm talking about value. Michael Jordan was the most valuable player every single year because of what he meant to his team and what he meant to the league. And, oh, by the way, winning 6 titles. Can't argue with that. Caitlin Clark may not win titles. Las Vegas is still a great team. But the fact that she's doing what she's doing and at a very high level, you know, it's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league.
Elite court vision and playmaking that reminded fans of some of the greatest point guards in basketball history. Night after night, she delivered highlights that instantly went viral. Full court passes, step-back threes, behind-the-back assists, fourth quarter takeovers. She wasn't simply surviving in the WNBA.
Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
She was changing how people watched the sport. The numbers behind her rookie season looked unreal. Record-breaking assists, historic scoring performances, rookie milestones falling every single week. She broke over 60 records during her first season alone. That's not normal. That's not hype. That's history. And while her individual success grabbed...
Saying Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark is saying Rodman was better than Michael Jordan, or Ben Wallace was better than Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was better than LeBron. And I shouldn't have to point out that Angel Reese is actually a poor defender.
Headlines. Her impact off the court might have been even bigger. WNBA attendance surged whenever the Indiana Fever visited another city. Merchandise sales exploded across the league. Television ratings shattered previous records. Entire arenas sold out just for the chance to see Clark play in person. Suddenly celebrities, former NBA stars, football players, and casual sports fans were all paying attention to women's basketball. The economic impact became impossible to ignore. Reports estimate.
But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that.
In basketball, winning games, breaking records, staying composed. That calm approach only made her popularity grow even more. Fans admired the way she handled pressure despite becoming one of the most scrutinized athletes in sports. And honestly, the pressure surrounding her would crush most rookies. Every game became national news.
I thought scoring, yes, she's the all-time greatest scorer in the history of college basketball, men's or women's, but passing like this? I'm talking about gifted LeBron-esque bounce passing. I'm talking about gifted LeBron-esque two-handed, full court, touchdown pass kind of passing. The likes of which I don't see in the WNBA.
Every quote turned into a headline. Every mistake went viral instantly. Yet somehow she continued delivering huge performances. That's what separates true superstars. They perform even when the spotlight becomes overwhelming. Another major reason Clark connected with so many fans was her style of play. Basketball purists absolutely loved watching her. Her passing ability especially stunned people. Analysts compared some of her full-court assists to the creativity of LeBron.
That skinny white girl was the best thing that ever happened to the WNBA. She's already the most exciting and entertaining player in the league, the entire league, the one you can't take your eyes off of.
James. Others praised her shooting range as something completely unique for women's basketball. Fans weren't just watching because she was popular. They were watching because the games were genuinely entertaining. She made difficult plays look effortless. She played with confidence. She took risks. She pushed tempo constantly. And most importantly, she made casual viewers care about basketball again. That's incredibly rare. Plenty of athletes become famous. Very few actually change how audiences engage with a sport. Clark managed to do both at the same time. Meanwhile, Angel Reese remained a huge part of the conversation too. Whether through rebounding,
Asia Wilson is her name, quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the..."
physical play, emotional intensity, interviews, or social media presence, Reese understood how to keep attention focused on her. Some fans loved her confidence and personality. Others criticized her comments and behavior. But regardless of opinions, the Clark-Reese dynamic became one of the biggest storylines in sports. Networks knew these matchups would attract viewers. Social media knew clips involving either player would explode online. In many ways, both athletes helped elevate visibility for women's basketball.
Now you're going to cut down 22-year-old Caitlin Clark, who has single-handedly changed the game, brought in millions of other young fans, old fans. How about the ratings in college basketball for her? Record ratings. And now in her very short WNBA career, shattering records. Isn't that a win for everybody?
Altogether, even if their fan bases constantly clashed. And that's why this entire situation feels bigger than a normal sports rivalry. It represents growth for the WNBA itself. For years, people argued that women's basketball needed more visibility, more media attention, bigger personalities, and stronger storylines. Now the league suddenly has all of it at once. Packed arenas.
Like, what are we doing and why? Please stop. Let's celebrate Caitlin Clark, celebrate her greatness, celebrate her courage to keep pushing through.
Accomplished it in months. Looking ahead, the future of women's basketball suddenly feels far more exciting than ever before. Young players now see a pathway toward massive visibility and commercial success. Television networks see investment opportunities. Brands see marketability. Fans see entertainment. And the WNBA sees growth that once felt impossible. Caitlin Clark helped create that momentum. But now comes the challenge of sustaining it. Can the league continue building around this attention? Can rivalries...
Caitlin Clark, you go, girl. Don't listen to these people. Keep going strong. Most of us are normal and have your back.
On the spotlight too? Those questions will define the next era of women's basketball. One thing is certain though. Caitlin Clark already changed the game forever. Whether people praise her or criticize her, the impact is impossible to erase. She brought millions of new eyes to the sport. She raised expectations for what women's basketball could become. She turned ordinary games into must-watch events. And she proved that one transformational athlete can completely reshape an entire league. That's why the conversations around her feel so intense. Because deep down, everyone realizes they're watching history happen in real time. The Caitlin Clark era isn't coming anymore. It's already here.